right, welcome back. Texas Tom American Truck Simulator Vlog Week 4. Week 4, exciting. We decided that Week 4, we're going to use our own truck. We're going to use our own trailer. So here we are, Texas Tom. We're now a contract driver for Pioneer Natural Resources. Our second week being a contract driver, driving our own truck. Contract stipulates that we make 10 deliveries or 10 pickups at Pioneer. We visit Pioneer 10 times throughout the week. We're starting out at Fort Stockton. Where we go from there, we'll show you. Week 4, we started out with $589,000. We got some money in the bank. Most of that came from Week 1 and Week 2 where we were company drivers. Income went down again this week. We'll talk about that. But we're putting ourselves in a position to expand the company, and that's what we're going to be doing, and that is going to help us with these contracts. So, in Week 4, what we decided to do, we decided to use our truck, which we bought, Black Betty, and we are going to use the container carrier trailer. So this is going to add a little bit more to the mix, whereas last week we used our truck, but we used company trailers. We just showed up to the job site, picked up what they had, and left. This is going to be a little bit more challenging because we have to find loads that fit on the trailer. So you'll see how that panned out for us. Week 4. We only did 3,300 miles, almost 3,400 miles, and we had 12 loads throughout the week. That's a little better than what we did Week 3. Week 3, we had 10 loads, so we did 12 loads in Week 4, and we brought in $116,000. That was our Week 4 total. Again, that number has gone drastically down. As a company driver, we did $300,000 in 1 week. Only did $116,000. The most popular load type was the power generator. Again, using that container carrier, that's the most popular load type for Week 4 was the power generator. So let's show you now. We'll break down the driver's log and show you what loads we had and where we traveled to this week. Okay, so here we are, Week 4. This shows us where we traveled for Week 4. Monday, we started out Pioneer, Fort Stockton, taking Construction House to Odessa, Texas. Then, straight from Odessa, Texas, we went to Lubbock to Pioneer, taking a power generator. So we had a nice load, nice Monday starting out. We did have the deadhead from our garage to Pioneer job site in Fort Stockton, 64 miles, but then no deadhead in job 2 because we picked up where we dropped off. And then from Pioneer in Lubbock, we took a power generator up into New Mexico to the rail yard. From the rail yard, we then went back to Fort Stockton. So we wanted to get home Tuesday morning. We were able to do that. And then Tuesday, we left Fort Stockton and picked up a power generator, went to Victoria, Texas, deadheaded back from Victoria to Fort Stockton, and took a construction house over to Corpus Christi. Nothing coming out of Pioneer in Corpus Christi, so we deadheaded over to the CMA CGM. And picked up electronic components that would fit on the container carrier. And we delivered those to San Antonio because we knew that there was a Pioneer in San Antonio. So once we got to San Antonio, we deadheaded over to Pioneer. A lot of deadhead there, 260 miles worth of deadhead. Ended up getting in a wreck. You'll see that in the accounting report. We had to pay for some damages. But then we got out of San Antonio. We were able to deliver back to Fort Stockton, come back home Friday, go back to Odessa, back to Fort Stockton, and then we decided to pick up the fuel trailer on Saturday. Picked up the fuel tanker trailer, and we took some crude oil from Pioneer, Fort Stockton to Beaumont, Texas to BP. Then we were able to take some gas from that same BP and deliver it to a gas station in Lufkin, Texas, BP. So we got the fuel tanker out at the end of the week on Saturday, and that's something that I think we're going to try to do more next week, is some of those fuel tanker deliveries, and see what those rates were compared to the container carrier. You can see the best rate we got was 13,000 for a load going 370 miles. We got 30,000 for the crude oil. Now that load was 564 load miles, so it was the most mileage we did in one load this week, but it also paid the most, averaging $47 per mile. So I think we're going to have to try to get into that fuel tanker a little more. Obviously, I'm a bit worried if we're going to be able to get loads out of the destinations we go to. I know we can get crude oil from Pioneer, but can we get loads back? That's the question. So we're going to have to face that challenge when we get there. So now let's head over and look at the accounting summary for week 4. Okay, we spent $275,000 in week 4. So our income, 116,000 and change. Then you take down the 275,000. We are at an operating cash flow of 431. We started the week over $500,000. So we're starting to lose some money, but we made a major purchase at the end of week 4. We bought another truck. So we bought a truck, we did some repairs to that truck, and we are going to expand the fleet. So look forward to seeing what that truck is in upcoming vlogs. We're going to get a driver. We're going to hire somebody to work with us, and hopefully they can help us knock out these contracts with Pioneer. You see our daily loan payment stayed $76.02. Again, we took out $500,000 worth of loans. The payment on that $76.02 a day. Because we're running our own trucks, we have the fuel costs. So you see we're picking up on the fuel costs. And then we also, again, had to call the tow truck only once this week, which is better than last week, but we had to do some truck repairs, and then it got to the point where we had to cancel a job. That cost us $12,000 we had to pay the customer. Obviously, we don't want to get in the habit of canceling jobs, because then people aren't going to want to hire Texas Tom if he gets the reputation for damaging goods and not being able to deliver. So we got to do a little bit better. We got to get used to the game mechanics here and do a little better driving. But this was the week 4 recap. Again, we got that new truck. So major expense, but we're going to go into week 5 with over 400,000 in the bank, and looking forward to see if we can find any of those lanes. Again, trying to find places that we can go to that can get us loads back to Fort Stockton, that we can continuously just hit those same lanes over and over again. We're finding more places in Texas where Pioneer is located. So that's going to give us more destinations, more places that we feel comfortable traveling to because we know there's a Pioneer location in that city. So we are learning some valuable things here, and we're looking forward to week 5. Stick with us. If you like what we're doing, if you think this is cool, trying to take this simulation and give it a realistic approach, please like this video. Please subscribe so you get notifications when we upload videos. We're trying to keep it pretty steady, the uploads. And if you have any suggestions, leave those in the comments. I know people want us to increase our range as far as driving, but we're not looking to do that because I'm afraid if we get out of state, we're going to run into trouble and not meet those contractual obligations. So thanks for sticking around. We'll see you on the next video. Stay safe out there, truckers. And this is Texas Tom signing out.